Hi everyone, hope you're all okay and you're all keeping safe. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Manish Patel and I'm in my early 30s and I am a keen runner. So, for those of you that are following me on my social media channels, you'll know that I have a real passion for running. And one of the questions that I regularly get asked is, why do I run? What is it that motivates me? What inspires me to run as much as I am? But before I go into that, I just thought I'd give you a bit of information or info about me, who I am. So, as I've said, I'm in my early 30s. I'm got into running when I was in my mid 20s. So got into running when I was in 2015, and ever since then I've caught the running bug. So I've run a number of 10Ks, half marathons, but I've also completed 8 marathons as well. And if you said to me at the start of my running journey in 2015, if you'd asked me at that point to now as to whether I would complete 8 marathons, I probably wouldn't have believed you. But here we are as we speak right now. I have completed 8 marathons and there's more to come. And one of those marathons was ran in my home city in Birmingham, which is why I'm wearing this shirt. And of course, being a Brummie as well, just felt right for me to wear this shirt whilst recording this video. So, in terms of what inspires me to run, why do I run? Well, one of the first reasons why I run is in 2015. That was the year where I first started taking up running. Without going too much into the specifics and not talking about it too much, it was a year where we had a couple of illnesses within the family, and it put life into perspective, really. And as part of that year, there were plenty of hospital visits, and I remember one of the patients that I saw. She, unfortunately, from what I saw, she didn't have many visitors. She didn't have visitors at all. And then I find out a couple of weeks later that unfortunately she passed away, and that really hurt me, and that really upset me. And ever since then, I've been doing plenty of charity work alongside my running, and I do it because I want to make a difference. I want to be able to help improve the lives of those who are less fortunate than me. And by running various events, half marathons, running for different charities as part of those events, knowing that you're doing it for a great cause, for me, really motivates me. And I guess one of the reasons why I do it because I want to, as I say, I want to make that difference to improve the lives of those who are less fortunate than me in life, and knowing that I'm actually doing it, knowing that I'm doing charity work and I'm raising money for different charities ever since 2015, it always brings a smile to my face. And yeah, it gives me a buzz as well. It gives me a reason, it motivates me knowing that all the marathon training that I'm doing, knowing that I'm training for marathons, but at the same time knowing I'm doing it to help those who are less fortunate by raising money and receiving generous donations from so many people who have donated to my charity pages that I've set up. So that motivates me to want to um yeah to help people and also to run as well. So that's one of the first reasons why I run, to be able to um do it alongside my charity work and to be able to make that difference to improve people's lives. I mentioned about 2015 being a difficult year, and it really was. It was a year that really put life into perspective, not just for me, but for my family as well. And I'm sure within this last year or so, this year, you could argue year and a half, with what's happening with the, unfortunately, this horrific COVID-19 pandemic, which has seen many loved ones, seen many families, I should say, lose loved ones, not just in the UK, but also worldwide. And it's really been upsetting, to see all that. Um, and I guess by why what has happened in this last year and a half, but also for me personally, what happened in 2015 is put life into perspective. And I think, in all seriousness, life is too short. You have to do the things that make you happy. And for me, running makes me happy. It gives me that me time, to want to make sure that I look after myself, not just physically, but also mentally as well, which is one of the reasons why I run. But like I say, life's too short, and you have to do the things that you enjoy, because it just takes 1 second for something to happen, and it changes your life forever. So for me, I run because it makes me happy, and that's the second reason why I love running. Why I've got that passion for running, and what running also gives me as well, it gives me a platform to want to inspire people, to be able to inspire people to never give up on your dreams. Look, whether it's professionally, whether it's personally, if you're prepared to work hard, you're prepared to put in the hours, you're prepared to graft, you can achieve anything, and you can achieve your dreams. And for me to get to the level where I want to when it comes to running, it's going to take an incredible amount of hard work, graft, and determination, and it's not going to be easy. But for me, knowing that particularly during the weekdays where I get up at about 4:30, 5 in the morning, to do runs, I do it because I want it. I really want to improve, and I do it because I've got that desire to want to get out of bed and make things happen. And for me, I want to become a better runner. And knowing that you've got an early run out the way with, makes you feel good about the rest of the day. For sure, with days that I do that, I do perhaps get a little bit tired towards the end of the day. But even so, knowing that you've got that run out of the way in the morning, it's a great way to kickstart the day. And I mentioned about wanting to inspire people. As I say, running gives me that platform to want to inspire people, and knowing that I'm doing it, getting up early, even seeing sunrise. Well, for me, I find that very special. Seeing sunrise in the mornings is for me very special. And as I say, running gives me that platform to want to inspire people. And if I can just inspire just one person, to never give up on your dreams and to keep fighting and to work hard and graft, if I can inspire just one person to do that for me, that would mean so much to me. And, as I say, for me personally, to get to the level where I want to, it's going to take a lot of hard work and graft as well. It's not going to be easy, but for me, I believe I can get to that level because I know I've got the attitude and I've got the desire to want to get to that level. And I think most importantly, I want it. And I believe in myself when it comes to running, and I believe in my skills, I believe in my abilities. Look, for sure, for me to get to where I want to, it's going to take time, and it's not going to happen at the flick of a button, or flick of a switch. But like I say, I believe in myself. I've got the confidence when it comes to running, and I believe in my abilities and my skills. So for me, if I can inspire just one person to never give up, then for me that would be incredible. So as I say, one of the reasons why I run is to want to use it as a platform to want to inspire people. I guess another reason why I run as well is, in a way, I'm following in in my parents' footsteps. They weren't professional runners, but I remember when I was in my late teens and even in my early 20s, they used to go out for runs every weekend. And in a way, I feel like I'm kind of following in their footsteps. And both of my parents were born in Kenya as well, so in a way, I've kind of got Kenyan blood within me, and we know what the Kenyan athletes are like, particularly those who do long distance running. They are phenomenal athletes, and like I say, maybe because I have got some Kenyan blood within me, maybe it's always been destiny for me to be a runner. Perhaps no, perhaps only noticing it late, say like in my mid 20s. But even so, maybe it's destiny that I was born to be a runner and to take up running. And you know what? I love it. I really enjoy it. Look, for me, I don't ever expect to get to that really high level with the elites. I don't ever expect to get to that level, but I run because I love it. I do it because I enjoy it, and I get a buzz from doing it. And as I mentioned earlier, and I'll say it again, life's too short. You gotta do the things that you enjoy because it just takes 1 second for something to happen, and it changes your life forever. So for me, running gives me that buzz, and as I say, I would like to think I'm following um, in my parents' footsteps. And I also think another point as well in terms of why I run as well. I remember there's a time around April, May last year where I was in a pretty dark place. Not physically, but mentally. I was really struggling with my mental health. But the one thing that helped me get through that was running, and fitness helped me keep not just physically fit, but also keep my mind ticking, keep my mind active as well. So for me, running has really helped with my mental health as well, and is another reason why I run. So my favourite running memory, for me, two memories stand out. So there's my first ever marathon that I completed in 2016 in September, and that was in Wolverhampton. I remember time wasn't great. I think it was about around 4 hours, 40-minute marks, and not exactly a quick time. But I guess for me that day was all about just completing the marathon. And as soon as I crossed the line, I was in. My legs were totally shattered. But I think more than anything, I wasn't only physically. Obviously, I was struggling to walk after crossing the line, but I think more than anything, mentally, I was drained at that point. I guess because of the fact that I'd never run a marathon before. So, for me, knowing that I completed my first marathon, when I look back at it, I'm really proud of it. I only took up running in 2015, and yet in 2016, I completed my first ever marathon. So I'm really proud of that, and yeah, I think when I look back at what I've been able to achieve so far when it comes to running, that'll be a memory that always sticks with me. But another memory that stands out is having completed the London Marathon in 2019. Again, with like the first marathon that I did. Not exactly a great time that I completed the London Marathon but even so, I still completed the marathon. And I think more than anything, what I remember from that day is just the build up to the marathon, but also the day itself. And the day itself was just unbelievable. I think just being in amongst so many thousands of runners, I think, for me to get that excitement to actually talk to fellow runners as well. But I think more than anything, I think the one thing that I really, well, two things actually that I really enjoyed about the day was the fact that I had my family there. So that made it even more special. But I think the other thing that I really stands out for me from that day was the atmosphere. The atmosphere from the very start was electric. It was incredible, and even if people didn't know you, they were shouting your name. They were encouraging you. They were telling you to keep going, and that motivated me. And crossing that line was very special. My first ever world major marathon, and the dream for me is to complete all six world major marathons. I've done London, so I've just got another five more to go. So I've just got to remember from the top of my head now. So Berlin, Tokyo, New York, Chicago, and Boston. So there's just those five more marathons to go to complete all six of the world major marathons. But like I say, completing London in 2019 was a very special feeling, and knowing that I was doing it for my grandmother, who as well, who unfortunately has sight loss. Again, that made it very meaningful, a very special day as well in my life, and it'll be a day, a moment that I will cherish for the rest of my life. So those are two running memories that stand out for me. So who inspires me? So who inspired me to take up running? I kind of mentioned this earlier. So my parents used to be runners, and in a way, I feel like I'm following in their footsteps with what I'm doing right now. So I guess the first people that inspire me to run is my parents, but also what I would say as well is when I look back at what happened in 2015, whenever I go for a run, every single run I do, I always think about what happened in 2015, and in a way, it kind of motivates me, it spurs me on to do well. Look, every run that I do is not perfect. You can have your good runs, you can have your bad runs as well, but that's all part of the journey. So, but yeah, like I say, my parents would say were um, the first people that inspired me to um, take up running. But I think outside my family, I think the one person that really inspires me when it comes to running is Elliot Kipchoge. I'm sure he's a role model and inspiration for so many other runners out there. And I think when you look at Elliot's career, what he's been able to achieve, not just with marathons, but also throughout his athletics career as well. It's quite remarkable what he's been able to achieve. And he's achieved it through sheer hard work, determination, and graft. And he's really, from what I see on TV and from the interviews that he does, he comes across as very humble, very down to earth as well. And if I can be anything like him, then for me that would mean a lot. So he really inspires me with my running. I'm always looking at how he runs, and also the way he comes across, the way he talks as well. So trying to look at not necessarily you know, act like him, but in a way, just see who he is as a person and try to implement that in my life as well, and try to be that humble person. But for me, throughout my whole life, I've always been brought up to be humble, to have respect for people, to treat people the way you want to be treated. And for me, the person that I am today is down to my family. So, as I say, my family, my parents, and also Ellie Kipchoge, they are people that really inspire me in not just in running, but also in my life as well. And I just thought I'd end this video by saying to you all, if you're not a runner, then what I would say that running really is for everyone, regardless of ability, regardless of how quick you are, how slow you may be, regardless of your physique. Running really is for everyone. And even now, I would say that I'm not the quickest of runners, but it's not all about being quick. It's about just going at a pace that you're comfortable with. And I think the most important thing, what I would say, is that don't compare yourself to others. At the end of the day, being you is enough. And I think that's important for you to remember. And you've got your own qualities, and you're doing it for your own reasons. So, like I say, when it comes to running, just go at your pace, a comfortable pace, that like I say, you're comfortable with. And if you're able to do that, then begin to try and push yourself that little bit more, but don't overdo it straight away. But I think the most important thing I would say when it comes to running, enjoy it. Try and enjoy it as much as you can, and yeah, just get a buzz from just get a buzz from it. When you smile when you run, it will make it so much easier. For me, when I smile, for me, it makes a small difference. It makes a big difference. But like I say, running is for everyone, and it really can help bring positive changes to your life. Running is for me now. I've been running since 2015. I can honestly say that it has had a massive impact on my life, and it's brought a lot of positive changes to me and to my lifestyle, the way I eat, the way I my lifestyle as well. It's changed a lot of things, but for the better. So running really has had a positive impact on my life. So you know, give it a go. Give it a try, and if it's not for you, it's not for you. But give it a go and see what you think. And you never know, you might get the running bug. And there's great ways for you to get involved. So from couch to 5K, also going to parkrun when parkrun is back up and running in the UK, and when it's safe to do so. So yeah, give it a go and see what you think. And if ever you want any running advice, let me know. So yeah, so that is the end of the video. So if you need any running advice or you want to talk to me about running, then you can do so by messaging me. I'm on Twitter at Peggy's20, and I'm also on Instagram, Manish Patel 89. Hope you enjoyed this video. And like I say, any questions, give me a shout, and I will catch up with you guys and girls later. Take care, everyone. Hope you're keeping well and keep safe, everyone. Ciao.